Andy and I went to the IWK for our 20-week anatomy scan.
Found out that we were having twins. Obviously, that was a big shock.
At 32 weeks, the boys were delivered on the day. We discovered that Matthew was in kidney failure.
His problem was significant in that he had one small underdeveloped kidney that was not enough to sustain him.
Matthew went on dialysis at 3 days old.
We spent a lot of time in the NICU, and then we came home about 6 months after they were born.
IWK was great with training us on and feeling comfortable with going home with not only twins, but with a machine as well, almost like a third baby.
We were trained on dialysis. We did that every night for basically 19 months. Between July and the new year, we kind of started, realizing that transplant was probably going to be happening. We had to wait till he was a particular size and length and weight.
Our program is part of the larger Atlantic multi-organ transplant program. We look after the far tips of Newfoundland and Labrador and Prince Edward Island and New Brunswick, and we don't demand those families move here. We work hard to deliver their care closer to home. It's quite complicated, but it surprisingly works out very well.
Once Matthew got big enough to be on the transplant list, we started doing the family testing, and we were very excited when we found out that Andy was a match.
About 60% of our donors are parents. In this case, it was his father.
I always say I don't think it's a big deal. It's just something that you do. It's just, something you do for your kids.
You can remember your fist with your thumb on top is the size of your kidney at all age groups. And you think of taking an adult kidney, dad's kidney, and putting it into a little body that's trunk is this long.
Matthew did have some complications afterwards. He spent quite a bit of time back in the PICU. We feel that Dr. Acott at that time completely saved his life.
And that kidney worked well for many years. And then he outgrew that reserve as he came into the pre-adolescent age group, and he needed a second transplant.
When we heard Dr. Acott say it's time to think about going back on the transplant list, it was tough.
This transplant went amazing, and his kidney right away started working, and his numbers improved by the next morning. It was amazing. Nana Marge was as important as any person in Matthew's team at that point. She got him smiling every day. He couldn't wait to see her. We were on isolation, and they would play X and O's through the window.
Hi, my name is Matthew LeBlanc. I'm 10 years old, and I live in Roxbury. I've been to the IWK over 500 times.
He represents so many aspects of our program: neonatal intensive care, the dialysis program, both of the types of transplant programs. They require a lot of ancillary support from the ORs, from the ICU. Even transplanting in COVID, we needed administrative support.
Since this last kidney transplant, he's been healthier than he's ever been in his entire life. His blood work is better than it's ever been. He can just kind of do everything Ben's doing now, which is nice. They're more as brothers. To just see their bond grow and them just to be able to be two 10-year-old boys is nice. It's amazing.
I think if people look and think hard about kidney donation, it's a true gift of life.
Dr. Acott, to us, is one of the most important people in our lives.
What I think about Dr. Acott is that he fixed me, and he's making my life really good.
Everyone's there to support. Everyone works together. They're there to help the children and their families. And as scary as it is, you just know that you're in the best place possible.